The Cold War was not only a political rivalry between two superpowers, it was also a period of secret intelligence operations, nuclear close calls, and decisions made by individuals that could have changed the course of history. Some of these moments remained unknown to the public for decades. In this video, we examine 6 hidden facts from the Cold War that historians have uncovered over time. First, Operation Gold. During the 1950s, Berlin became one of the most important intelligence battlegrounds of the Cold War. The city was divided between East and West, making it a strategic location for espionage. In 1955, the United States Central Intelligence Agency and Britain's MI6 launched a secret mission known as Operation Gold. Their goal was to intercept Soviet military communications in East Berlin. To accomplish this, they secretly built a tunnel beneath the city and installed equipment designed to tap Soviet communication lines. For nearly a year, Western intelligence agencies gathered valuable information from these intercepted messages before the tunnel was eventually discovered. Operation Gold revealed just how intense the hidden intelligence war between the superpowers had become. But some of the most dangerous Cold War moments did not occur in intelligence offices. One of them happened deep beneath the ocean. Next is the Cuban Missile Crisis submarine incident. In October 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis brought the world closer to nuclear war than ever before. While political leaders negotiated, a Soviet submarine known as B-59 was being tracked by American naval forces near Cuba. U.S. ships dropped practice depth charges to force the submarine to surface. Inside the submarine, conditions were tense and communication with Moscow had been lost. Believing that war might have already started, the submarine's captain prepared to launch a nuclear torpedo at the American fleet. However, the launch required agreement from several officers. One of them, Soviet officer Vasily Arkhipov, refused to authorize the strike. His decision likely prevented a nuclear confrontation. Yet the Cold War nearly moved toward disaster again 2 decades later, when a single officer faced an even more difficult decision. This brings us to Stanislav Petrov in 1983. During one of the most tense periods of the Cold War, Soviet early warning systems suddenly reported that several nuclear missiles had been launched from the United States. According to military protocol, the officer on duty had to report the warning immediately, which could trigger a nuclear response. The officer that night was Stanislav Petrov. Instead of reacting instantly, Petrov carefully reviewed the data and suspected the alert might be a false alarm. Rather than confirming the attack, he chose to wait for verification. His judgment proved correct. The satellite system had mistakenly interpreted sunlight reflections as missile launches. Petrov's decision may have prevented a catastrophic escalation. Events like this illustrate the deep fear of surprise attack that shaped Cold War strategy. That fear led to the development of one of the most unusual defense systems ever created, the Soviet dead hand system. During the later years of the Cold War, Soviet leaders worried that a nuclear strike might destroy their command structure before retaliation could be ordered. To prevent this, they developed a system known as dead hand, officially called perimeter. The system was designed to automatically launch nuclear missiles if it detected signs of a massive nuclear attack and communication with leadership had been lost. Sensors monitored radiation levels, seismic activity, and military communications. If these indicators suggested a nuclear strike had occurred, the system could authorize retaliation automatically. Its existence reflected the extreme level of mistrust that defined the Cold War. At the same time, Soviet intelligence agencies were constantly searching for signs that such an attack might be coming. This effort became known as Operation Ryan. In the early 1980s, the Soviet Union launched a global intelligence program designed to detect early warning signs of a potential NATO nuclear strike. Soviet agents across the world were instructed to monitor military movements, political decisions, and economic activity that might indicate preparations for war. The scale of Operation Ryan demonstrated how seriously Soviet leaders feared a sudden nuclear attack. But the Cold War rivalry extended beyond espionage and nuclear weapons. Finally, There is the military origin of the space race. During the Cold War, the race to explore space was closely connected to military technology. The rockets that launched early satellites and astronauts were originally developed from ballistic missile programs designed to deliver nuclear weapons. For example, the Soviet R-7 rocket that launched Sputnik was initially created as an intercontinental ballistic missile. Similar rocket technology in the United States also evolved from military missile research. What appeared to be a scientific competition was also a technological rivalry between two nuclear superpowers. These hidden moments reveal a deeper side of Cold War history. Behind the speeches and political negotiations were secret operations, intelligence struggles, and moments when a single decision could have changed the fate of the world. In several cases, it was not technology or strategy that prevented disaster, but the judgment of individuals who chose caution over escalation.